Hello, my name is Thomas Haydu, and this is my theorist project. The formation of the theory of pragmatism was from a man named John Dewey. He is seen as a leading figure for pragmatism and modern-day education. This theory emphasizes teaching with a focus on relative topics to students. In Chicago, he published many papers. In 1899, he published The School and Society, and then in 1938, he published Logic, the Theory of Inquiry. He believes that students should be active, not passive in the classroom, and that the old model of schooling with students in rows and lectures was outdated, that they should cooperate, not compete in schools. His theory explains that the subject matter in the classroom is not a guarantee of learning and development, but that we as teachers should connect the subject to the students' needs, desires, interests, and development. In education, we build these students to have social competence, and if we do not build this, then education is pointless. Dewey's methods of teaching are based on the principle of learning by doing things in connection with the student's life, such as project-based or problem-based methods of learning. Quote, "These experiences are given value and direction by the teachers. Therefore, there should be an order and direction of a child's experiences which will give them a composed and integrated personality." Dewey gives examples of the games children play in which they follow rules of the game willingly to continue the game. Similarly, students are involved in class activities in groups, and the moving force is to get the activity done. This learning process allows students the freedom of thought, judgment, and power to execute decisions. These learning experiences should have a clear purpose and understanding of the surrounding conditions, knowledge of what occurred before, so that it could allow reflection and analyzation of issue and experiences. Such structured interactions turn an impulse into a plan of action. So, for example, if you are in a social studies classroom learning about the Great Depression, instead of doing a lecture, you can do an activity with the students. Instead of them sitting and listening to you list off facts, do an activity. An example, give them a list of jobs to pick from, and from the jobs they pick, give them money based on their jobs. Said this before the Depression hit. Now make this a progression throughout the Depression. Give them some choices about what to do with their money, and as you go through the Depression, some will lose some things, most will lose everything. This will give them an active understanding of what happened to people during this time. Remember, we want education to have a clear purpose, but also give them the freedom of thought and power. The benefit of this theory is problem-solving skills, with the teacher's primary purpose increasing the freedom of the students to explore. With the students at the center of education, the child will develop to become a person who is a valuable member of society, a society which believes in equity and freedom. With every theory, there are pros and cons. Pro: they are taught with real-life context, adaptations, and growth. This will also create a community of trust in which the students will feel comfortable taking risks and trusting their classmates. The main goal is to promote a positive social emotional setting which increases academic achievement. Cons: with a student-centered class, some teachers may feel undermined in the classroom in their authority. One journal states that an important criticism is his lack of clarity as to how to set up the system that can see through the inceptions of ideas to the conclusion of the experience, to gauge the growth and development, and to design and plan curriculum clearly. Another feels that Dewey has not given any clear guidelines on the progress of applications in a structured manner. Who are the agents of change? Is it the school management, teachers, parents? Quote, "How do we know that the children is getting more knowledgeable, mature, or intelligent through the experiences given by the school? What the learning objectives are, and where the learners are expected to reach at the end of the experimental learning. For this, the teachers are finding themselves without direction. If the learning is heavily dependent on experiences, then how many experiences are to be planned in the term? How would teachers handle various responses, reactions, feedbacks on a similar experience?" Thank you for watching. This has been my theorist project on John Dewey.